All right. I have withdrawn my account down to $30. I want to go through and take a couple of trades just to show how I do this. So here we had the PSR flip first, which is our first indication that this has turned into a sale. Second indication is going to be the Williams percentage. These candles or pegs, whichever you like to call them, or on the downside below the 50. And then also here, our MACD started turning red, kept going down until it actually flipped over. We got a cross right here on the MACD. And then we have a peg that's below zero. So the peg is on the other side, the cross is down. Remember, I told you the green line, if it's above the red, it's a buy. If the green line is below the red, it's a sell. So let's take another trade. Okay, so here we have a PSAR flip, which is indication of a buy. These are over. This is up. The green line is up. So I'm just going to take a $2 buy. And today I'm on the 1 minute chart, still holding it for 2 minutes. And in my previous video, I explained that I like to trade between the 30-second chart and the 1 minute chart. So on the 30-second chart, when we look at it, we see that this is starting to turn red, which this is an indicator that it's losing momentum and it could be getting ready to possibly turn around and go the other way. Now, just because you see red right here does not mean it's automatically a sell because the PSR is still up, the Williams is still up, and the MACD is still on top. These red pegs or these red candles are just an indication that it's starting to lose momentum. So go back over to the 1 minute chart and we'll continue to wait. And I primarily like to start my trades at $1 and I'll go up anywhere from $5 to $300. It just depends. If I lose the trade, I keep doubling up until I hit the trade. And so at the end of the day, once I've made anywhere from $500 to $1,000, I pull out and the next day I start over. And I normally start my account. I've started as low as $3 in the past, and as high as 3,000. But I do pull out every day and I actually use my money to pay my bills or I take it and I travel with it. So we have 11 seconds left on this trade. All right, I'm going back down to $1 and I'm gonna look for a new trade. All right, here, the PSAR has flipped over. Now we have a little bit of green on the top that's indicating a buy. And since this candle is green and it's kind of over on the other side as well as this one, I'm gonna go ahead and place a trade for a buy. And again, you can start with as much money as you want to. I know that some people may put in $50 and start off with a $20 trade. But me personally, I like to leave myself some space that if I was to miss this trade, I will come back and double up. So when I say double up, if I was to miss this trade, I will come back and reevaluate the chart and I will enter the trade again at $2 to $3. And I would just keep doing that until I've hit the number or whatever my goal is for the day. And then tomorrow I'd start over. 37 seconds left in this trade. Let's see what the other charts are looking like. I don't see any new flips yet. We have one here, but I'm not going to enter it, and I'm going to explain why. We have a PSR flip here, and there's plenty of space, which is definitely indicating that this is a sale. The green line is here, and this is red, but it's so thin. One thing I have learned about consolidation, anytime that you see that this red and green line are super close together, if you pay attention, your candles are going to start moving sideways. We don't want sideways candles. We want our candles to go up and we want them to go down. So we're going to let this sit for a while until there's a gap in there. I like to call this the alligator mouth. If that gator's mouth isn't open wide enough for me to feed it, then I don't take the trade. Let's go back and see. See, here we had the perfect mouth to feed. So I'm going to enter there again for $1. We have only 3 dots here, indicating that the PSAR has gone up. Still have good strong candles here. And if you look at it, it's actually building and it's showing you that it's moving up. Here we have the cross. We have good strong green candles here. So that's definitely indication for a buy. Plenty of space here. I can stick my head in the gator's mouth, or I can feed the gator a sandwich, or whatever you prefer. But as long as that mouth is open or you have plenty of space, I consider that to be a good, healthy trade. And as I said here, that is consolidation. So let's see what would have happened. We were here when we began to look at the trade, and I said, well, we don't have enough space here, so I don't want to take it. So what would have happened is, even though the PSAR is down, and even though we had these here and we had some red, we would have entered the trade. It would have bounced up and gone back up, and would have just kind of bounced right here because there was just not enough space there for us to take a good, healthy trade. We want a clean shot, as clean as possible on that shot. 30 seconds. Starting to come down. It's losing some momentum, but let's see if it's going to go back up. Still have green here, and as long as this is green, we still have a good, healthy chance, and the mouth is still wide on that gator. 10 seconds. And we have another trade that we have won. Let's look here. This is a sale, but I wouldn't enter it because we have a lot of dots already here. My logical thinking tells me that when the PSR first flips over, it's going to make anywhere from 4 to 11 of these. And that's how I know that eventually this is going to take a turn. We also have a cross here. It's really long, and we have a whole lot of these. So when we go back and we look, we see that it was down, it was up, down, up. So like I said, logically thinking, we know that when that PSAR is created, it's going to make more than one of these. And because we are on the 1 minute chart right now, each one of these dots represents 1 minute on these candles. Each one of these candles is representing 1 minute. So if you were to go through and count these, that's how many minutes you would have in a downtrend. We're starting to see some green here, which is letting us know that it's eventually going to turn and go up. The closer these lines get together, that is going to be an indication that the direction is about to change. The closer these candles get to the PSAR is an indication of change. And when you see these candles start to move to the other side, it's an indication of change. So that's all I have for today. I hope that my method helps you to earn some money. We have PSAR here, but it's just too tight. there's not enough space there. So I definitely would not recommend taking that trade. But I do recommend that you would start off on your demo account. Don't just jump in with money. If you do, please keep your trade small until you feel like you have the hang of it for sure. And happy trading.